his house, but the master is gone.
Chair looks so broken.
Now there is a bee who's taking my brain. You can put me to bed, but you can't feel my pain. When the machine has taken her soul from the man, it's time to leave something behind. Our money is free, but love costs more than our bread. And the ceiling is hard to reach. So the future ahead is already dead. It's time to leave something. I'm still at the shop. Them pockets don't know what it means to be poor. I can get through the wall if you give me a door. So I can leave something behind. Oh, wisdom is lost in the trees somewhere. Oh, you're not gonna find it in some mental head. It's locked up from those who believe it. And it's time to leave something behind. All money is sweet, but love costs more than our bread. And the ceiling is hard to reach. When my son is a man, he will know what I've meant. Just trying to leave something. Leave something. We can have a garden while we're still on the road. There's only room on the dash for a gas station road. You know that when I showed up, I got something to say. I was looking at you, you were looking away. At least we dodged the New York wind. Maybe the mountain in our lives looks more like a mole from the other side. We are the elders of our time. We're all
Some African bats. Oh, there they are.
another year gone by like the sound of the street. Highway 70 sweet in between. At least we're both confused again. But maybe the mountain in our eyes looks more like a morning from the other side. We are the elders of our minds. We're all maybe the mountain in our life looks more like a morning from the other side. We are the elders of our minds. We're all maybe the mountain in our life looks more like a morning from the other side. We are the elders of our minds. I was black and white, I was innocent, I was 17, and it was beautiful. I was a summer day, I had a uniform, I was innocent, and it was magical. What a strange you were good to me, thought I was good to you, thought I had a hundred lives, but I only had a few. Now my history is in an empty glass. I had a good idea, but it didn't last. I was black and white, I was running high, I was 17, I was invincible. It was a summer day, I had a uniform, I was 17. And it was magical, magical. Oh, I plead to the choir. I'm so lonely, lonely, lonely. Oh, I walk on the wire. I'm just lonely, lonely, lonely.
Hey, how are you, Jamie? Late night for you. Working on a batch of mugs that is in new order.
I'm not retired. I'm just
We've got 24 of these Pittsburgh mugs that I have to make for an order, plus little shot glasses that are in the kiln right now. A ton of Christmas ornaments, but I have most of those completed for. I need to wrap up a few of those probably tomorrow while I wait for these to dry. And then I have a last batch of custom pieces that I have to make. So tonight when I'm done throwing, I'm gonna do some stuff. That's terrible. How long were you at the hospital before they were able to see you? Or was it like pretty much they were able to commit to their appointment and stick with it? I just don't understand how they couldn't have addressed it this last surgery that you had. What was it, a year ago? It's awful. For as many advances we've made, fortunately, the only surgery that I've ever had to have was oral surgery, and that was fine. Are you ready for the 3 years already? Good Lord, time flies. Are you ready for the holiday?
I didn't know I was looking saw you, I didn't know there was something to find. Tomorrow you won't fit.
We're supposed to put our Christmas tree up this weekend.
And I'm trying so hard to rewind. You came to me as an empty cup. I didn't know love could ever be real. And every day I tried to fill you up with everything that I thought.
You guys are out of lockdown now, right? You had your obligatory 2 weeks of, or 3 weeks of state mandated lockdown. That's good. Looks like they're gonna issue some lockdowns here in Pennsylvania coming Friday. Hey Google, stop. We're always like a month behind you guys. The numbers have just been really excited in the last couple of weeks, and ever since Halloween, we were going in the right direction, and then Halloween happened and people let their guard down and the numbers started spiking again. Then of course Thanksgiving, and a lot of the people that still feel like it's not a real thing went back to business as usual. It's scary. Yui. I'm gonna have to have Ben make me some more bats. These are weathered pretty good. It's just hardboard. It's treated, so it doesn't break down as quickly with the water, but it eventually breaks down, starts leaving fibers in the bottoms of the pieces, so I need to get some new ones made. He made this last batch out of one sheet of the hardboard material, and it was like $28 for the sheet. It's huge. I got like 50, 60 bats out of it. It lasted me the whole year. And these plastic bats that you get, they're like, I don't know, $18 to $25 a piece. Mm-hmm. It's fancy. It's fancy. I mean, granted, when you're throwing on that, you're not gonna. I mean, I don't mind the square ones. These are fine. He just cuts them out in a grid pattern. They have to be perfectly flat. So it's easier just to do from the sheet. It's not so much the shape of the bat, it's the hole placement, because they stick to the top of the wheel on pins. And after a while, those little holes kind of break apart from all the water. But, I mean, it took him like a couple hours one afternoon to cut them all out, so. Hardest part was hauling the stuff in my car. That is a bigger mug than I need. Let's cut it down, shall we? go. That's better. What else has been going on for you, man? Anything? Everybody healthy in your family? Yeah, fixed it right up. Fixed it right up. Probably not worth the time that I just took. Ooh, rare. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Ba, 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 na, na, na. You should. I think you'd enjoy it. I think you'd really enjoy the trimming part. It's a sideways lathe. Just takes a little bit of getting used to, like, how to get it centered, and I think anyone that does turning has a little bit of a step ahead because you're used to checking the center and seeing the center of things. You understand depth and things a little bit more. I think the hardest thing that I had to learn was to not be so precious about my work. You know, like when it's work to get a cup out of your clay that actually looks like a cup and not just like a mound of it's so heartbreaking when at some point in the process it fails. Yeah, we can do that. I'll send you a piece. Right now I'm just tidying up this piece. My water is getting a little bit too filled with clay, so it's more slip than it is water at this point. I'm 20 pieces in, so I'm due for a new bit of water in my bucket. And more bats. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab some bats. They're just right here. See how they're wooden and they have holes drilled either end. They're fine. They work great. Then I can dry my pieces on them because they don't work while it's drying. So the pieces dry with a flat bottom and I don't have to worry about trimming. And since I'm doing like small batch work, I want to try and cut out that extra step of trimming. One, two, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Cool. Red. Sleep well, friend. Sleep well. I did go live on my Facebook, but I don't know if it was working, so I just came over here. I love that every time I read anything from you, Red, I hear your voice. Yeah, it's great. I think I'm just going to do the 25 tonight, cover it in plastic, and then go play a video game. I'm sorry, the insomnia is back, Red. Yeah, it's not fun while you're in it, right? Good night. Love you, buddy. See how it's like It's thick. Thick. Starting to get like cake batter or pancake batter. Which doesn't help with throwing. I just did that. Oh, I'm tired. You see what I did? She can fix it. She can fix anything. Can barely tell. This is a gauge. Basically, it helps me to make sure that I am throwing consistently or close to consistently. So it has a little needle on it that I move out to see where where I'm set. And I've measured the height that I needed to be by the first one that I did. And then I just drop the needle, make sure I'm right where I need to be, and then move the needle away. It's new. Ben just got it for me, so I'm trying to learn how to use it. Forgot it was on there. I'm gonna beat up my pace. You guys have something similar in turning, right? That you attached to the lathe. If you're turning bowls, consistent bowls, or do you just use a guide, different kind of guide? See, this one, the water got to it, so the corner broke off, but it'll still hold. It's starting to wear out though. It's gonna need retired soon. Got Ben a forge as an early Christmas birthday present. I'm hoping that I can make some hand forged tools for trimming and working in my pottery studio. And I'll turn the handles and he can bang metal. I tried making a couple of trimming tools when I was in England with Steve, but it didn't work out so well. I got an idea for what I want to do, but I'm definitely not a blacksmith. Or really, I think what you think about, like, when you want to take up something like that, I feel like you actually have to really, really enjoy the medium. When I did metalwork in college, it was all welding and abstract work, and I enjoyed it, but I definitely loved clay more. I'm wondering how Ben will enjoy it. Oh yeah, patterning tools would be awesome. I'll leave it to Ben though. I'll let him do metalwork. Mr. Strong Arms. Well, it's not quite what I thought it'd be. I must have. There we go. That's better. That's better. I must have really bumped that. So these will get covered overnight. And in the morning when I get up, I'll either pull some handles or I'll extrude some handles. Leave them out for about an hour or so. I'll let them harden up so that they can be attached to these. Uncover this and attach the badges and attach the handles and move them to the drying shelves. Got 3 more to throw, and I'm going to call it a night. Hey, Mike. How are ya? Hi, Brian. Chilly Orlando. That seems like an oxymoron. I don't know what the temperature is here. Hey, Google, what's the temperature today?
The temperature tonight in Whitehall is predicted to be 36 degrees.
36. 36 degrees here in Whitehall. What's the temperature in Florida? 50. What were you working on, Mike? Fluting jig. Awesome. You know, I just made a piece recently that I need to figure out how I can make more of them. It's a bowl that I threw on the wheel here. And then I wanted it to have ridges all the way up the side, like an even amount. But my only tool currently for creating that type of pattern is like a knurling tool like this. But I think I need to make one that has a round edge with the cuts in it so that I can do that with a bowl. The purpose of the bowl is to make it a, what's it called? A proving basket for making bread, like sourdoughs, to rise in to get that cool patterning. But it was a lot more work than what it was worth. What's the plan with the fluting jig? Jay, do you guys get snow there, or is it that's about as cold as it gets for you? We had. Hey, Steve. Nice. That sounds like fun. Boop. Perfect. Perfect. Jamie, I want to talk to you about setting up a second camera before the next virtually crafty event, because I think it would be beneficial to have a shot that people can see what I'm doing and also see me straight on. But I'm not sure how you all do that. But I was pretty impressed with the people that had multiple cameras so that you could see like over top shots with everything. I thought it'd be beneficial, especially if people are interested in seeing what my hands are doing and what my tools are doing. Right now, these are boring. Something like this isn't all that interesting to showcase and film. But something like a lidded vessel or a big vase or something would be good to have that for. Just got 2 more to do here before I call it an evening. So this batch is for a local gift shop called Love Pittsburgh. They are located in our downtown area, but they're also located in like a very touristy hotspot area. So it's been fun to see my mugs show up in all different states and countries. Especially like I maybe fulfill about 200 an orders about 200 a year for them. Not this year though. This year was a very light year. This is probably the biggest order that I'm doing for them. But a couple hours in an evening to throw the 24 that they're looking for isn't so bad. And then a couple hours tomorrow to make the handles, make the badges, and assemble them. It's good work if you can get it. You can get it if you try. So probably for the bisque fire, I can fit about 50 pieces. For the glazed fire, it's closer to like 35, 40. So the bisque fire, the pieces can touch each other because there isn't any glaze applied and they're not firing to full vitrification. The bisque fire basically just hardens the clay so that it's easier to manage, and it opens up the piece so that you can apply the glaze and it sucks into it. But when you glaze fire, you have to keep about, some potters say half an inch apart from each other. Some people do a little bit more, some people do a little bit less. It really depends on your clay body, because as it heats up in the kiln, it's going to expand. And then as it cools, it will shrink. And while it's expanding, you don't want the pieces to touch each other, because basically the glaze on the outside turns into like molten glass. It's got a lot of silica in it. And when it's that hot, it will stick to the pieces around it. And then as it cools, it could shatter pieces. Aw, thank you so much. I appreciate that. So, you know, less pieces in a glaze kiln, more pieces in a bisque kiln. Right now I need to throw 25 pieces tonight to fulfill the one order. And then I have to make some overages tomorrow night. And then also tomorrow night I have some custom pieces that I have to make. Those probably will be it for that kiln load. And then all of my personal Christmas things that I have to make. I'm a sucker too, man. Like people last minute going, oh, I didn't get the piece that I wanted this year and I wanted to gift it to my grandfather who's really sick. Sucker. All right, there we go. Just move my gauge out of the way, trim this puppy off, and then I've got one more. And it's a good thing because my water has turned to slip. Oh, okay, Patrick. Hey, man. Sorry. Like Funter. Here we go. I'm sure you guys all have your own thing where people are like, hey, will you make me this for my something or other for Christmas? And you're like, I'm trying to make pieces for my own gifts, and you want me to make you gifts? Oh my gosh, Brian, I started doing this 4 years ago because I had postpartum depression after having my son, and my husband was like, you need to do something. My husband is a woodworker, and I'm scared. Okay, my husband cut himself really bad twice in his wood shop, and it has me terrified of the table saw and the bandsaw, so I stay away from that stuff. But he wanted me to find something that I could do that would make me feel better and everything else. Good night, Patrick. And so I had a friend who decided to start her own pottery studio with her mom, and I had made my own pottery wheel. So I decided that I decided to reach out to her and see if I could get a lesson from her and her mom. And then it was all go from there. It was like, we already had the kiln. I bought a new pottery wheel. I had my little tiny nook in the basement that I was using. And then it just expanded from there. And you're right, it's definitely one of those things that it's very addicting. But I'm very fortunate that people like what I'm making too. So it kind of like pays for itself. Here's some wood. A week later, hey, you know that wood I gave you? It'd be really great if you'd make me some ornaments. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, clay's not expensive, but in order to fire a kiln, you want to have enough pieces in the kiln to make it worthwhile, because it's a waste of a lot of energy. And that's why I started doing batch work, was so that I could make the pieces that I was interested in making and be able to fire them economically. Because, like with wood turning, you can make one piece and be done, and you only pay for that one piece. But with pottery, you kind of have to make a bunch of pieces and wait until they're all dry and wait until they're all ready. And if you don't have enough to fill the kiln, you're going to wait a long time for that one piece to get done that you threw on a weekend. But doing small batch work, it's been really helpful because I've become a better potter. I've become more consistent. I understand my process better. I can fund my hobby, which is now a small business. And honestly, I really enjoy teaching it someday. But the 5-year plan is to build a pottery studio either on the property or sell this house and buy a place that has a shop already there that we can split between a wood shop and a pottery studio. So we'll see. Because right now, Ben's just in the basement with his woodworking. And then the other half of the basement is my glazing area. And then I have this area on my second floor that's my throwing studio. And it's damn cramped. Especially this time of year. I can't wait to clean this place. Jamie, do you have a garden shed, or are you working out of your house? Ben is awesome. He's a good egg, as they say. He's a good egg. He carried 200 pounds of clay up to my studio yesterday. After working like a 10-hour day at the Carpenters Union. Good egg. I know a guy in Florida who makes these extravagant sinks. They have octopus sculpted on them and seahorses and all this stuff. And he made one piece that was a super tall vessel that he had to stack 2 kilns on top of each other to fire one piece. So I'm sure I could get into a mode where I'm making sculptural non-functional pieces and, do 1 kiln load. But I feel like somebody would need to buy that piece for like a lot of money. Sweet. I threw all of them. That feels good. Oh, that's awesome. There's a guy, you're probably familiar with him, Daniel Harju, who makes beds up in, where is he at, Jamie? Is he Connecticut? Vermont? Somewhere up north. New York? Upstate New York? But correct me if I'm wrong, he has a CNC lathe that helps him to like mass produce these giant bed pieces. I'm out of room. I'm out of room for you. Where do I put you? But I think that stuff's incredible. Like, just the work he does, the furniture work is awesome. And then Rebecca DeGroot with the stuff that she's making with her finials. It's cool. And that's a wood tool I'm not afraid of. I enjoy turning. I make lids for my pieces. Not too fancy, just a lid with a little handle on the top. All right, I think I'm done with these. But thanks for visiting the studio tonight. I'm going to wrap it up and I'm going to go play a video game and relax my brain. You have a Daniel Harju piece? I have a Carl Jacobson piece that I won. I don't think I have anything by Daniel. I have a sticker right there. The bent nail. I need to start getting, like, ordering pieces from people and doing the same that you're doing, Jamie, and have a collection. I order mugs from other potters. I don't know why I don't. I guess because, like, most people are building furniture. I don't have space for furniture. Who's Carl Jacobson? Yeah, that guy. They call him the Silver Fox. He's got a really cool wife, Robin. Nice. I have, I think I have a keychain from him and a bunch of stickers. He has a mug for me when I made the one for him when I went to Maker Central. All right, guys, I'm gonna take it easy. Have a great night. I think I'm gonna try and do this every Wednesday night. Just open studio. I need a little social interaction, and maybe next week I'll have something more interesting than these mugs to throw. All right. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye.